I'm Arianna. I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I was raised in this community called Bankhead Court. It's very cultural, even though it's known for violence, drug dealing, and chaos. There was a lot of love within that community. I don't know, but as a dark skinned girl, I actually like being different from other people. Even though I was called several names outside of what my name was. And those names was Tar Baby, Oil Spot, Black Dog, Black Bear, African Booty Scratcher, etc., etc. Names of that could have possibly destroyed my inner self, but with me being called those different names, I embraced it because I knew I was different. Because people always tried to attack me based off of my skin tone. So that is what made me a special individual. That's what made me stood out, and that's what made me authentic. And also had two loving parents who also spoke to me in a positive way, letting me know how beautiful I was, letting me know how beautiful my skin was. So even in the midst of struggles from peers, I still enjoyed being a darker tone African American. I could care less if someone liked my skin tone or not. As long as I like it, as long as I love it, because I'm the one who's wearing it. So I don't care about what others think about my skin tone. But I do have an older sister. She's also dark skinned too. She had a moment in her life where she tried to scrub her skin off. She didn't like being dark skinned at the time because of the negatives it came with, because of other opinions about her. Of course, the different rumors, the different myths. So she just had this negative look about herself and how she viewed herself. She loved herself now. She feel foolish for doing it in the past, but now today she loves who she is and she loves it. The message I try to teach to my son is he is beautiful with who he is. He's beautiful internally, he's beautiful externally, and I don't want him to change anything about himself. If he loves it, if he cherishes it, then that's just what it is. But stay true to who you are because you are revolutionary. The colorism with my own kind is it's with me. It started with my family. About how light skinned they were and how pretty they are because they're lighter, and how pretty I'm not because I'm darker. I really didn't care because I also had parents who tell me I'm pretty and I'm beautiful. It hurt, it was very painful, and it was uncomfortable to the point of, I didn't even want to associate myself with my own cousins. So when I went into the world, they prepared me for that, on how to handle it and how to deal with it in a healthy way. So when I had friends and I gained friends, lighter friends, I would see how they would act towards me too because I'm this pretty dark skinned female. They would view me in a negative way. They would say I looked stuck up, and then when they got to know me for who I was, they cherished who I was. Because at first they were just looking at me externally. And I believe for them to look at me in that way, I triggered something that they lacked. So they needed healing in that area. I was in Huntsville, Alabama. We was both on the highway. He was in the fast lane, I was in the fast lane. I was the one who was running out of gas. For whatever it's worth, I didn't know if it was racially driven, because he would slow down, he wouldn't go, but every time I tried to go around him, he would speed up. So I didn't understand that. But at the same time too, my car was like a fishbowl, like you can see in my car. I couldn't see in his car, so I didn't know whether he was white or black at the time. So it was a Another driver, she was in the slow lane and she saw that he was antagonizing me. He wouldn't let me get by. So she sped up in the slow lane. So I managed to get over behind her, get in front of him, and continue on with driving. The light turned the light turned red on him, so he had to stop at the light. So I pulled into the gas station. He follows me into the gas station and blocks me in. He get out the car. He called me all kind of nigger bitches. Um, he was very, very disrespectful, pointing his finger in my face, everything. When I called him a racial slur back, that's when I got spit on. After he spit on me, I punched him in the face. It was so unbelievable because the areas that he was spitting on was the areas that he hated, which was my curly hair and my dark skin. He didn't spit on my clothes. He didn't do any of that nature. He just kept attacking my hair and my skin. And so, of course, the courts didn't do anything. It was very much so injustice on my end. They claimed that they couldn't find him, they couldn't hunt him down because he was in another state. When, myself, I worked for them at the time. So I knew the capabilities of how they can get someone from another state and find them and do whatever they need to do if they wanted to. But since I was a black woman and he was a white man, they could care less. I am a primary mental health therapist. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I get to give advice to people. I get to listen to stories. I get to see people in psychosis and then transition into who they truly are. It's a phenomenal experience. I just get to deal with people, be around people. I got into mental health because of my own personal experience. As a child, I was raped at the age of 11. Behind that, I became extremely aggressive and angry. I tried to kill myself by taking a lot of pills at the age of 13. I seen no reason to live at the time. Um, then I met this phenomenal social worker who was assigned to me after I got arrested. Went to juvenile court for fighting. Um, I met her when I was 14, and she spoke life back into me. She listened to my story. She listened to me. She helped me cope. She helped me manage to get through things. Um, and from that point on, I just wanted to be a person to serve the mental health community because mental health is real. And I was not necessarily diagnosed with a mental illness, but I experienced symptoms. Had I not had her, there's no telling where I would be, or if I would be untreated, fully, or just not knowing. But she was able to help me face a lot of fears and understand and accept a lot of things within myself. So she was the fuel to me moving forward. The best part about being black is it's the strength of who I am. The best part about being black is it's different, it's flavorful, it's stylish, it's here. You can't do anything to remove it. You can try to break it, you can try to say mean things to it, but you can't do anything about it because it's still here. It's a part of history. It's a part of life. They're creative. They're colorful. My name is Arianna, and you are good. Perfect.